A fascinating case out of Texas. A man accused of sending a strobing Twitter message to a journalist who is afflicted with epilepsy. Well, that man now faces cyber stalking charges. Allegedly, John Ravello sent a message to Newsweek writer Kurt Eichenwald. In that tweet, a blinking image that ultimately sent the writer into a seizure. Well, that message, that tweet, is now being considered in federal court a deadly weapon. Apparently, it was sent on the same night Fox's Tucker Carlson had a heated argument with Eichenwald last year. Their conversation was mostly about the reporter's unsubstantiated claims against President Trump. Listen.
You can give me an example of what you're talking about.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. You wrote this on September 12th of this year. You said, this is a tweet, "I tweet so many attacks on our bad, lazy work of the press, I doubt I'll ever be voted to win a journalism award again," which is also a humble brag, by the way. But the next day you say, quite ironically, and I'm quoting, "I believe Trump was institutionalized in a mental hospital for a nervous breakdown in 1990, which is why he won't release his medical records." Do you see a little irony that on one day you're criticizing the press for being lazy and inaccurate, and the next day you yourself are being lazy and inaccurate?
Let me give you...
All right, so later that night, Eichenwald went to his home office, saw a tweet come into his account, opened it up, and there was this flashing, strobing tweet message that sent him into an epileptic seizure, says he and his wife, and the criminal complaint. Eric, assault with a deadly weapon, that's what the sender is charged with. Is that appropriate?
It is very appropriate. When you try to hurt someone or harm someone with the intent of doing something to them, then that is assault. In this particular case, they were aware this writer had epilepsy. He's written about it. He's talked about it. And the tweet before this writer was sent this, it said, "We're going to send you into an epileptic seizure." And that's what happened, and that is against the law. You cannot harm someone.
Let me read from the U.S. Code that is quoted in the criminal complaint. It says, U.S. Code provides imprisonment for not more than 10 years if serious bodily injury to the victim results or if the offender uses a dangerous weapon during the offense. The Fifth Circuit pattern jury instructions define a dangerous weapon as any object capable of inflicting death or serious bodily injury. Richard, Twitter is a dangerous weapon now?
Well, it's not necessarily Twitter, but it's the means of this delivery through Twitter. And it's much like a bullet is a projectile. The gun is not dangerous unless somebody fires it at you. So the Twitter's not dangerous unless somebody puts something in there that can hurt you. And that's basically what this boils down to. Most of these crimes are intent crimes. Did you mean to harm the person? Was it your intent to harm the person? Were you reckless? Did you know that it would lead ultimately to person being seriously injured?
Richard and Eric, we'll keep an eye on the case, and we'll be right back.